I'm going to show you a trade I took today on the E-mini S&P. You can see this is the final results, last few moments of the trade here, just showing that we were able to reach take profit. So I do use quarterly theory. I'm going to show you the different things that we used here, like the true day opens, sequential SMT. We're going to show it right now, so stay tuned. So today is June 29th. Let's go ahead and start on the daily time frame. So any SMT you see on the daily candle, that's going to be the weekly cycle sequential SMT. So that's what I'm trying to mark here. So there it is. We have a higher high, and you can see the NASDAQ did not take the high. We got a lower high. So we had a sweep on ES and we did not on NQ. So that's again with the weekly cycle sequential SMT. You'll see I have the true day opens, we don't have true week open yet until tomorrow, but we have the true session open and the true microcycle session open. So the thing you want to align here is that you want price to be going, in this case, since we're trying to sell, we want price to be going above the true day open, true session open, as many as we can. You can see it is above true day, true micro, and true session open. So you can see my entry is not the best. That's something I'm still working on, but I'm trying to show you the analysis and how we came to the conclusion to sell. So right now we do have a 3-minute fair value gap. It's also a 5-minute fair value gap as well. So the cycles where we had sequential SMT, as you can see, this is not the daily cycle where got Q3, but this is actually the 90-minute cycle sequential SMT. So you'll see that we did not create sequential SMT on the 90-minute cycle with the NASDAQ. You see it did take a higher high, but it did with RTY. I don't like using RTY for this analysis, but it just aligned perfectly. And for my entry, I was using a 3-minute inversion fair value gap, which you can see in a moment. So you could have used that, or you could use an order block. The thing is that it did move down very fast, so it wasn't the best entry for that. I had a feeling that it was gonna just continue lower instead of retracing into the gap. So that's why I entered right after that candle closed. And so from here, I'm just gonna speed this up so you can see the rest of the trade here. My first area of liquidity that I marked was the London session low. So you just want to be careful. Sometimes you'll get sequential SMT between London and New York session. So that's why I had that marked and I was monitoring. And then the next one that's way below my buy limit was the Asian session low. So at the lowest point, that's probably where it would have gone. And it did actually go there on the NASDAQ. We'll see in a bit. So again, some days you want to be very careful with sequential SMT. Once one asset takes out a certain low, the other one might not, and then it will reverse. And that's happened to me many times, so that's why I was monitoring that. So you'll see it did just go straight down, so there was no retracement into the fair value gap. That's exactly why my entry wasn't the best, but the analysis was very good. So you can see here it took a certain area within Asian session, but it was not the low of Asian session in ES. But looking at the NASDAQ, you can see the low of Asian session right here. So it did actually get the liquidity from Asian session here. So I was perfectly fine with that on ES. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching.